Tong Nyan made a cup of coffee with cute garland flowers for Lao Han, and the team members sent it to the boss together. Wu Bei told her that he had failed to make a new long proposal before he spoke. He asked the boss how he proposed to her at the time. Although he failed that time, he could listen to it as a negative teaching material. Tong Nyan said that it was after the national competition and the location was at the train station. He put the championship ring on her and said that they should get married. At that moment, she was frightened. Wu Bei listened and remembered. Tong Nyan felt that for girls, whether the marriage proposal ceremony is romantic or not is certainly important, but more importantly, whether he can make the girl full of confidence in the future life, and he can accompany her to do what she wants. The most important thing is to give her a sense of security wholeheartedly. Then the teammates watched Wu Bei sitting in a daze and knew that he was still thinking about the proposal. At this time, Wu Bei suddenly said that he had thought of it. Everyone hurriedly asked him what tricks he could do. Wu Bei said that it would definitely be successful this time, but it should be implemented in stages. Then he took I King to a beautiful place. He took her hand and walked forward. I King asked him to walk slowly. She had a little pain in her high heels, and the two sat down on the roadside bench. I King took out the band-aid from her bag. At this time, the conversation between an old couple on the bench next to them attracted them. They looked very affectionate. The old lady was still clamoring to go to the slide, so her wife accompanied her and became an old lady. The two laughed happily when they came down from the slide. I King is very envious and hopes that she and Wu Bei will be like them when they are old. When Wu Bei said that he would accompany her whether she was bungee jumping or parachuting, she said that she took the bandage from her hand and helped her stick it on her worn heel. I King looked at his gentle and considerate manner and couldn't help but say they get married. Wu Bei didn't expect I King to say it first. Suddenly the happiness came and he didn't react. I King said he didn't want to. Wu Bei quickly opened the ring box. Proposing to her, I King smiled sweetly and asked him to wear it to her, and Wu Bei happily followed suit. The two stared affectionately at each other, their eyes full of happiness. I King was curious about what preparations Wu Bei did for the proposal. Wu Bei said that those were not important and took her home. Shins, 97 and others wore cartoon caps and waited for the captain not far away. They found that Wu Bei hadn't brought I King over and guessed that his proposal might have failed. In the evening, everyone discussed at the base and waited for Wu Bei to come back to stop irritating him, but to give him brotherly warmth. At this time, Wu Bei came back, and everyone showed great concern for him and made a bowl of noodles for him on Monday. They advised him not to be too sad. Didn't the boss succeeded only once? They made Wu Bei bewildered. When they heard that, they thought he had failed his marriage proposal. They opened the ring box. Everyone guessed that the ring was dropped or lost when they saw it was empty. Wu Bei said it out loud. After hearing this, everyone immediately turned from worry to joy and wanted to drink to celebrate. I Jing saw the ring on her sister's hand after returning home, and she was very happy to learn that Wu Bei had proposed to I King. She told I King that there is an account on the circle called Assist Zio Shankai who has been particularly popular recently. It was all about I King and Wu Bei. I King knew that it was done by 97. She told Wu about it. Bei, she also said that she looked through the assist diary of the little genius, only to realize that he wanted to recruit 3 years ago is really a deep routine. Wu Bei smiled and said how can he catch up with the Appledog goddess if the routine is not deep. Then Wu Bei received a call from Wang Hao. He wanted to call SP&K training camp before the World Cup. Wu Bei readily agreed. He knows that two strong teams train together, which has greatly improved both sides. 97 is proud that his assist diary comments are rising. Unexpectedly seeing Wu Bei's comments suddenly cannot help but startled. He said that he had exposed, and quickly asked Shins what to do. Shins smiled and said. At this time, Wu Bei came over and asked 97 to inform everyone. In the afternoon, SP came over to train together. After that, I King brought the SP players to the K&K base. They communicated and learned from each other and improved together, sprinting for the World Cup with all their strength. Then the two big teams embarked on their journey. Before leaving, Wu Bei took I King's hand to relieve her, and he would make up for her regrets. After they took the opportunity to fly to Chicago and settle in the hotel, Han Shengyan called Wu Bei and asked him to go to the K&K headquarters. Nanwai had important things to discuss with him. I King worried that the headquarters would still go with Wu Bei because of the two of them. Wu Bei came to the meeting room. Nanwai and his colleagues warmly applauded and congratulated him. Nanwai congratulated Wu Bei for making K&K one of the two most powerful clubs in China within 1 year and regaining his first team captain position. After returning to the hotel, I King asked Wu Bei's headquarters if he was embarrassed. Wu Bei said that they just talked about future plans and resumed his captain role by the way. I King was very happy to hear that. Then in the 8th finals of the World Cup, Shen's KO opponents, K&K successfully advanced to the semi-finals. Lin Yan lost to the Australian team player. Although SP failed to advance to the final, he also qualified for the World Cup quarter-finals. Then Wu Bei defeated his opponent again and successfully qualified for the final. In the next finals, K&K will meet the opponent Team Naya, and they will start a championship battle between them.